Hello everyone, welcome back to another process video. Still working on those pictures from New York City, 6x8 pocket pages. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, I have quite a few that are pocket page style and that are related to New York. I only I only scrap about travel stuff on this channel. So that's all you're going to see here. So working on New York still. This was actually on my way to the hostel where I was staying. So this I think was, if I remember right, like 2.5 blocks from where I was. This was actually on the same street, just at the end of the block. So I wanted to make sure that I got those included. And they have a little bit of red in each, so I thought that was a nice pop of color. And then here, if you look closely, you can actually see it says where I stayed. So it's the Chelsea International Hostel. This is also kind of a dark brick red color, so I thought that would work. And then you see some of that here too. So I think this is how they're going to go together. Not much choice here since I only have two 3x4 pockets and then the one 4x6. I do know that I want to use this stamp. It says checked in location room. And I think I'm just going to stamp it on a white piece of cardstock, cut it out, and then put it down here somewhere. Because this is kind of, not that interesting. It's just sort of some dead space here. So at least, I could say something quickly about where I stayed by using the stamp. And this one is from Kelly Perky. I will zoom in here. Oops, I'll do this so you can see. It's called Big City Love. It's from last year, 2017. Fairly recent, so I don't know if it's still available on her website in her shop, but you can look and check it out if you like it. I did stamp that onto a piece of white cardstock. Now I will say when I cut this out, I got a little too close to the edge of the black, closer than I would normally like anyway, but it's okay. I mean, it's not perfect, but I'm not so upset with it that I have to restamp it, so I'm not going to. So I'm just going to leave it as is. While I was stamping, though, I kind of changed my mind about where I'm going to place this. Originally, I thought I would put it down here because there's all this dead space, not much happening. But I think it will actually look better up here. Now, there is kind of, this interesting window shape thing happening here. But I think I'm going to do it like that. So it'll just overlap that element a little bit so you won't miss too much of it. But what I was thinking is that I wanted it placed kind of in a higher location here because I don't know that I'm going to be able to put anything on this photo. It's kind of busy here. If I do put something, it's got to be up here. But more likely I will put something over here or here, and I think that gives a better balance if those are a little close together than if this is way down here and then this is floating up here. I did adhere it right here. I am going to put in a little staple right there. There we go. There. I will fill that in later. And incidentally, when I was looking at this, I'm like, oh yeah, location, room number. It was Chelsea. That's easy. Room number. I'm almost positive it was 24. I realized I didn't take a picture of the outside of the door and it's not on my receipt. But I think it was 24. If it wasn't, then it was 23. I know it was one of those, but I'm almost positive 24. So I'm going to write in 24, and you know what? Nobody will probably know but me anyway, so it'll be fine. So that's all I'm really going to do with this one. But then I have to figure out what I'm going to do with these two. Again, I can't really see myself doing much with this one, if anything. But this one, kind of, not too exciting over here or up here. So I do have some elements that are digital files. They were from In a Creative Bubble that are more holiday themed. And they did have Christmas trees out. They had all kinds of decorations out. I was in New York because it was early December. So I'm going to look through there and see if I can find anything that will work, but that also won't be too distracting just from this general picture here and then this one here. So we'll see. I'm going to start there, and if I don't find something I like, then I'll move on to more generic stuff. In my stash of stuff, I did find this. Take a break. It's red, which is what I want. It actually was a flag or a pennant, but I cut off the end knowing that this will go like this, and then that leaves me enough room for a staple. So I am going to put that in there. And I did take a little break actually as I was walking. I just wanted to see all the trees lined up. They smelled really, really good. I'm not a Christmas person really. I don't celebrate the religious part of it, but I can, get on board with some of the pagan stuff like Christmas trees. Those are fun. I don't ever get a real one, but it was heavenly to just kind of walk by and, get that lovely scent off all of these trees. So I did slow way down as I was walking by on that block, and I took my time to enjoy myself. So there we go. So we'll have this one in the bottom with the room info, and then this here. And then I still feel like this is a little blank, but I don't know what I would add there because I've already got something up top. So it would seem strange to have something on the bottom as well. And I almost feel like this needs something for a visual triangle, but I'm not exactly sure what that is. If maybe it's a wood veneer or another phrase label or tag or something. So once again, I'm going to go back through my stash and see what I can find. While I was looking through my stash, and you can see some of that here, I did find this, and it says, "You should be here." And I thought that would work to add to this lower picture. It would bring in some more of that red, and I could tuck it right behind here, and it could mean two things. It could mean you as in me, you should be here, and I found it and I got there. Or it could mean you as the person looking at the album, like, you should be here sometime. This was really fun. So I think it works either way. So I am going to tuck it underneath there and adhere it. I think I'm going to go a little off center like this, just so they're not perfectly lined up. And I think that'll add just a little bit to that photo. I did find this puppy sticker that's a geotag with a little star in it, and I think I'm going to take that and put it right up here in the upper left-hand corner because it adds just a little bit. It still brings in some of that red, and then this color is really a neutral, so I think it'll work just fine. So let's get our photo here, and I think maybe like that. There we go. I think that works. And I normally journal off camera, but since this one was pretty simple and it's basically done here, I'm just going to fill in the info quickly, and then I can put these right in the pockets. So for this one, it just says location. I was going to write Chelsea, but it says Chelsea here. Should I do NYC? No, because that kind of doesn't make sense with the room number. So we're just going to go Chelsea. There we are. And then room number 24. There we go. And by the way, I'm using a Zig Millennium pen. I've had these forever, but they last a really long time and they're great quality. And this is the 05. So this is a thicker one. All right, so we're just going to put these in the pockets, and then this one should be done. Sometimes I do go back after I look at layouts for a while. I may go back and add some little things, but it doesn't happen too often. So once these are in, I kind of just expect that they're done, but we'll see. But here's the finished layout. So there's the upper left with that puffy sticker. Upper right, all I did was put on this little label or phrase with a staple, and then on this one I just put those on it, and that's it. So this is a simple one, and it went really quickly, so I'm happy with that. So thanks for watching.